Ah, finally, a new location. We are now at a racetrack in Belgium. It's not Spa. This is Zolder. Zolder? Zolder, I've heard it all kinds of different ways. I usually say Zolder. Because this looks like older with a Z on the front. But anyway. Notice how this basically looks like a golf club. It has a very interesting looking stick or handle. But I always thought it was a golf club. Same with Suzuka though. You'd think that was a golf club when I was little, but then I realized it doesn't look like that at all. It's a golf club attached to the Olympic rings, obviously, but none of that matters, because the real Suzuka isn't even on this game. They have a annoying fake with a track probably about as wide as my footstool. But anyway, as you can see by the tuning setup name, we are playing as Racecam, who starts right in the middle of this pack. Also in the field, we have Ben 10 starting in dead last. So he didn't really answer the call to assist the Cartoon Network characters with Bubbles. He instead decided, you know what, to heck with Spain, and to heck with this girl that I know pretty closely. There have been plenty of fan fictions that even ship the two, but obviously that's not really how that works. In Fusion Fall, not in the actual series. They're like canonical designs. We have Burnout starting down here in 12th. This guy can like teleport or something. I'm not sure how he keeps getting around like this. Then we have Shadow the Hedgehog in the race. He's hopelessly lost, but somehow is still looking for the other Sonic characters. I don't know if he'll find them, but also Thrasher's here, but it's not me. He's just here with Burnout, I guess. So yeah, it starts at nighttime. So this will be interesting to see, literally. Bye, Shadow. This turn one is weird, it's oddly shaped, and when you're starting from the inside line, it doesn't work too well. It's gonna cut you off. I'm not terribly familiar with Zolder. I know the general layout. Oh, okay. Thought it was around him. Oh, wrong button. This track needs a car that can take hitting a curb a little bit, so an Audi would be death here for me. Because I can't even hit curbs on other tracks with that thing, let alone these curbs. Because yeah, you will hit them, there's no way around it. Unless you're a surgeon with that kind of precision of driving. Why am I doing this? Because it worked. That's not where I brake! Oh! Not very good signs for that at all. Alright, well. Could have been worse. So fun fact, they actually made this particular Mercedes into a Hot Wheels toy, which I actually happen to own one of myself. I hope that's not where you brake. But the reference points on this track are non-existent. That's one thing that I hate about it. Not hate, but I'm not a big fan of. And the daylight started to come back, only 2-ish minutes into the race. Get the 100. There is a nice sign here. What are you doing? Besides getting overtaken for your interesting choices. Like I've made better ones so far. mean, I guess I kind of avoided the curb there, but I still hit the little bump on the inside of the corner. They are not good through this section at all. There we go. That is better, to say the least. Didn't get back around the Z4. BMW is, of course, painful as always in this series. Got it. Lucky guessing has worked. This thing is a little bumpy, and it's concerning because of sometimes this game is a little bit random. I'm worried that next bump is going to send my car haywire. Now let's go for a ride on the curbs, eh? Back up to the older Mercedes vehicles. This time I'll actually hit the correct braking point rather than miss it by 50 feet. There. So Thrasher, despite not being able to talk because his Racecam doesn't know him, is leading strong. I'm gonna have to go and get around this other Mercedes though. Or not there, not there, not there! Curbs! I thought I could hit one. No, don't ever do that in this game. Alright, you didn't have to get into me. You had plenty of room over there. Just go around. And now you messed up my next corner. Frickin' Z4s. God! Stupid drivers. Should have Danny just go out and terminate all of them. Don't have to deal with any more Z4s if there are none left to race against, because Danny's demolished them all. They don't deserve their fancy BMWs, so they can't use them. Don't touch that curb. Noted. Someone you don't expect that'll wreck you. Go for another ride on the curbs. I shouldn't have to be in focus mode for this. I should be around these cars already, but the vehicle just doesn't seem to enjoy my presence. I'm just waiting for it to send my car into a spiral. It's like the 6th time I've caught this car and still haven't been able to get around it. There we go. Now on to Thrasher. About 5 minutes behind schedule. Stupid frickin' curves. That's a lot of curb I didn't need. So the vehicle become indecisive for a moment and I about whizzed myself. Didn't expect Thrasher to brake so early there. And what I can get away with in not all that different vehicle. The sun's already going down. I guess we are halfway through the race, huh? I've been paying like no attention to the timer, so much tunnel vision has taken over me in this race. Ugh. I know the car can take it, but sometimes it still feels like it won't. Something I was doing on those older laps. I think it was the sun being out, probably. Who turned out the lights? My god. There's no lighting in this corner of the track at all. Second gear strategy there. Car's actually driving better now that night has fallen, it seems like, as you can tell by the lap times there. It's probably early, yeah. Let's see how that lap stacks up to what I said on like lap 2 or 3. Got it. New personal best. That was rapid, absolutely rapid lap, as a lot of English commentators would say. An absolutely rapid lap time. That was a very lazy British accent, but don't judge me. I don't do accents very well. I do voice acting and impressions, which I guess can fall into doing accents, but I don't do accented characters well either. Max, go! Get that disc! I could take that flat out, and I don't think I was able to do that when the sun was up. Oh, turn. Okay, this is apparently not a great lap. Other low 36, as my dog has begun barking once again, for like the 4th time today, because he's incompetent. Should have like, what, 5 laps, I believe, if I'm doing math properly, which I think I am. I'm not going to say that I 100% am. That was an interesting line there from me. Let's go for another ride. Well, Thrasher and I have dropped all the other opponents, but he's still there. He's not close by any means, but he's just there, and should I make a big mistake, he will be on top of me to make it happen, make it a big one. Watch that entrance. Even worse lap than the last one. Oh yeah. Perfect braking point there. Everything was still a bit early. He's in the mirror, but not by much. Oh, hello. Racecam did like a prank lockup or something. Like they locked up but didn't actually lock up. It just kind of got like a cold or something, like had a cough. I don't know. They just were weird and didn't function right. Let's go for another ride. And there we go. Corner's actually kind of fun when you do it right. So yeah, now we are starting. End of this lap will be 3 laps to go. And I've even gotten away from Thrasher now. Racecam displaying that he is the racing bot, for sure. Once he actually gets programmed properly. And new faster lap. Despite having awkward lines through the first 2 turns. As if that one was so much better, but... Or that one. Actually, no, that one was fine. It was just slow. A wide approach, a steering input. There we go. This has really gone from commentating about Hot Wheels plot to commentating how I'm driving. Alright, engine didn't like that. Engine like stopped for a second. Oh, more grass. Too much turn in. Oh my god. I'm trying to crash the car. What was that? Besides, absolutely garbage. Oh, turn! Goodness. Nah. So I've had music on this entire time as well, and World Race theme music just came up on the playlist. Thematic! You could hear the cars on the other side of the track. That's how far ahead I am. I'm like half of the track ahead of last place. New fastest lap. And there's how you take that pretty much. So we begin the final circuit of this track. Again, I'm only like 30-ish seconds away from lapping vehicles. That is crazy. And as the races get longer in the series, it might actually happen if I have more races like this. The winning gap isn't actually that much, but for the rest of the cars that aren't Thrasher, I fucking crushed them. Oh, language. Doesn't matter. I absolutely just destroyed opponents, other than Thrasher in second, only like, what, 7 seconds away? Oh, this song was fitting. Actually, the song is what inspired me to start this series. I'm hitting the look back button. There's one behind me. The race is also over. 34:98. That was the end of the race. It's a nice picture, too. Alright, so that is all for this episode of the time loop. I wonder if that's Metropolis 2 over there, the factory. I know it's just obviously it's a basic plant, but just a joke. Yeah, it's a toxic plant. It's not a refinery. I think that's what that's supposed to be. So yeah, so that's it from this episode. Racecam has absolutely demolished many of his opponents. Thrasher was the only one that put up much of a challenge as far as staying close to him, but after a couple of slight setbacks and, well, not really small errors. They were pretty big errors, but they didn't, clearly did not endanger the race, or end it for that matter. When Nico's damage was off. Might be thinking double upload here because I have nothing else to do for the next hour or so. But yeah, so that is it for this episode, and try not to spam out Catalunya too much, but it's also kind of like that's where the plot is happening. The main plot line of this bit of the series is, Bubbles is critically injured there, and they're trying to get a group of people to get to that location. Why exactly number one Dexter didn't just call the characters to him in the first place, I don't know. Maybe there's better cell reception in Spain or something. Compared to Japan, I doubt it, because there's places like Tokyo, which are like the most advanced cities in the world. And Japan is like the city of development, or the the country of the city of Japan. Oh no.